everyone's computer or phone and whatnot's caught up yet, but we'll see. Alright, hopefully it's all loading now and working. I think it is, but I've got to turn the sound down on this, 2 secs. Alright, that should be better. Yeah, nah, yeah, it's still up. Turn it down a little bit more. Alrighty, let's see how this stream goes. The last one was pretty low on numbers the whole time, so we'll see how we go tonight and how long I decide to go for. How you going, Arcade? Oh, Dane, you got your own account this time. Don't lie, we all know you can hear me. That's good, Arcade. Yeah, not bad. I just want to get back in this thing and drive it. But we'll talk more about that once it picks up with numbers, so I'm not repeating myself 50 times. The people that are here, what's everyone been doing? Any projects? Relaxing, working? What's to go? Hey Freshest, we got to fix it because it's broken and then hit my tuner up and see when we got some dyno time available. Oh, is it just absolutely pissing down where you are, Jay? Flat out corn fed, jeez. Work? Oh, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Oh, you're in Perth too? I only just put the jumper on now, just so in case it does get too cold later on. I don't leave you guys staring piss. And now that I put the jumper on, I'm sneezing. Oh, I've got to say I got someone else from Perth on the stream. I don't think I've had anyone yet. Cheers, Joe. I'll probably end up repeating this anyway, but I should be taking my long service leave, so I should be home for at least 7 weeks. So I'm sure in that time we can get this on the dyno and hopefully not break it, but more than likely something will go wrong. It always does for me when it comes to making big numbers. But yeah, hopefully you guys won't be waiting too much longer to see what the actual number will be. Just while we're on this, I'm quickly going to share this on the car build page. See if we can jump those numbers up. So, sorry if you're just looking at the side of my head, but let's try to get this on. Stream is happening right now as I type. Yes. Be cool to see some people on and ask any questions you have. Alright, post the link. Post. Alright, that's posted there. Sweet. Hey Tin Shed, how you going? Oh really? Then it's finally sunny, you can get out and you're sick. That sucks. Projected to make, not too sure. Depends where the head gasket doesn't want to play ball anymore. This turbo really should go 900 plus, according to the specs and the setup. My head gasket not so much. If I walked away with 800 plus, I'd be happy. 850 plus, I'd be stoked. If the head gasket wanted to go 750, then it is what it is. It all depends on I start pushing coolant. Yeah, that's it, corn fed. Like literally every time that this goes on the dyno, just for like the last one run in tune or a little check up on something, it's mint. As soon as I take it there and I'm meant to be making a lot of power per se, there's something always happens. Like the first time I ran out of turbo because my turbine fins were broken. Second time my fuel filter was clogged, which I didn't realise. We thought it was fuel pumps, so I had to stop there. The next time I had misfires and that fuel filter was completely clogged, so got that changed. Then time after that, the compressor cover thread stripped, so the compressor cover was slightly coming off. Wouldn't make any more boost than 24 psi, and then it started misfiring because it was just all this extra load. I think something would rather happen then, but yeah, we'll see. Jay, the turbo was a 3582, but now it's got custom front and rear wheels, and as Cornfed just wrote, basically a 7063, so 70 being the compressor, 63 being the turbine. The compressor's a 7084 though, if you want to look at it like that. I'm not sure how other brands market theirs, but yeah, 7063. And I think the turbine's a 7063 actually as well. I can't remember. It was bigger than, I don't know. I got the specs somewhere saved, but yeah, it's all custom jobby. The guy made my turbo on his Barra the guy made my turbo, he's got a slightly smaller version on his Barra, and that made 513 real world kilowatts and 17 psi. Granted, different motor, different heads, everything flows way better in Barras, but still shows some promise at least for his building capabilities. The ARs are 1.06, the biggest they make in that size, and a T4. So we'll see how that goes. But as soon as I finish doing the R&D for this, I'll be going to a bigger turbo, because I'm doing my R&D on this. I was hopefully meant to be maxing it out. Initially I was going fire rings, but the machine shop screwed me over a bit. But anyway, see what it is. Yeah, it's an asthmatic eco, definitely compared to a normal breathing Barra. It's still interesting to see what my heads flow and how the camshaft deals with it. Everything's looking promising so far. Not sure what size that converts to. I haven't really looked at the wheel sizes too recently in the G42 and G45 range. But yeah, we'll see. Right there. I thought a G55 is over 100 mil on the inducer. Yeah, still cast heads for now. Something might be in the pipeline for different heads later on. Yeah, G42 1200 is way too small. I'd need a G42 1450 at a minimum, and even then that might be too small for what's next. Uh, 1200 doesn't even scratch the surface for what's next, pretty much. So Yeah, there's something happening. I won't crack 1K on this because I don't have firings, but yeah, 1200 per crank is definitely nowhere near enough. But I'm talking about the upgrade will mainly be for the next setup, combo, whatever you want to call it, which I'm not releasing yet, not till I physically have it in my hands. Yeah, Josh, I saw it pop up, a notification. Um, yeah, you can put them in one by one. Just make sure you put the thread sealant on. I use Loctite 567 as a thread sealant with PTFE. Um, it's preferable to do them all and change head gasket though, but as a band-aid kind of thing, yeah, whack them in one by one. You just got to take the turbo manifolds off, which suck. Sweet. That should be good then. Hopefully that clears your issue up. Jim made 1240 at the rear tyres though, so that's somewhere like 1400, 1450 at the crank. But 1200, that G42 1200, that's 1200 at the crank, which isn't enough. Oh yeah, like Cornfed said, at the hubs, so big difference. Maybe that's why Cornfed, I've only really looked at the bigger ones because I wouldn't, no point really going a smaller one in my eyes, even though there's a smaller motor, but I've only looked at the big dogs. I'm pretty sure they start at like 101 or 102 or something, I think. Yeah, G3900 would be good on a Japanese motor, like a RB25, possibly even a 2J. Would be a really good street car. Really, a G55 starts at 70 mil. Yeah, okay, it's a Stout Eco, but he does have a billet 4.2 litre crank and custom rods and pistons, solid roller cam, so there is a bit of a difference. Obviously, not taking any credit away because it's still an Ecotec and still made the power it did, but you can't, in a sense, compare it to what I have in this, in a way. Yeah, right. Maybe I might look into that then if G55 starts at 70. Specific quarter. It's hard to say because obviously I'm a mile per hour and ET limited, being no cage and no parachute. So as you would know, the drag season here is finished. The last one was just gone, but I'm hoping to get it properly tuned, everything that's going to break and get fixed, and then next season hit it hard every week. And kind of get my 60 foot and half track dialed in because there's no point just constantly feeding out the back end when I'm going to have to let off because I only get 2 passes and kicked out. But I'd like to run a 9.8 or lower with the manual in this current setup, which will be a big ask, but that's really going to be all the front track rather than the half track. This will have half track easy, but getting that 60 foot and 8th mile will be the deciders for me for when I push out to the rear. So there might come a time end of this year and early next year where, because if I'm still filming 3 videos a week and then scheduling them, every 3rd video I say will be a drag racing one, which hopefully will be some interesting content, but it's kind of a goal. 85 mil. Yeah, that seems a bit more like it. No, I've been to the Plex with the T56, but never with what do you call it? Never with the S1 shifter. So I've only had the H pattern, and the first time I went didn't go too well for me for 2 reasons. Hey Josh, how you going? Rear end will be good fun down the track. Yeah, 106 in the turbo one's going to take us a bit of Persuasion to spool. Big shot. Well, Josh, if I need pit assistance, I'm doing something wrong. But I'll let you know though. I'm hoping this is everything can be dialed in, that it's kind of going to be a drive off the trailer, drive down the track, drive on the trailer, maybe an axle swap if need be. But everything always breaks there. I always break a car every time I race there. Hey Boosted Forerunner, how you going? Yeah, sorry, if you see me constantly looking this side of my laptop set up there so I can read the comments. It's a bit small and disappears too quick. I need to have a setup probably where I can have the laptop mounted with the phone or something. I might suss it out for the next one. But at this stage I might be home, like I was saying earlier, for all the new guys on, I might be home for 7 or so weeks. I'm going to take a long service leave for numerous reasons, but anyway, so yeah, I might be doing a live stream for the next 2 months every Sunday, or if you guys get bored of it, I'll do it every second Sunday. Doesn't faze me. But should have enough time to get this back on my dyno, hopefully. Surely there'll be an availability there. The 650s are at 85%, Jesus. They should not have been anywhere near 85% duty cycle. Oh, sick. What site you going to? No, I haven't thought about going anywhere other than Justin. If I had to, say Justin stopped tuning, died, or we got into a fulling out or whatever, the only other person I would take it to would be Mike at WA Racing Developments. Well, either that or I'd dry hire a dyno myself and just finish tuning it myself. I just don't have access to a dyno at the moment. Fried circuit board, well, that might explain it, but probably means it might take a while for him to get the part again, eh? TuneCorp don't really know anything about the Ecotec at all. So yeah, Shannon's good at what he does, but I'd much rather tune it myself and have him tune it. Oh, Airport Headland. Hey Lucas, how you going? How's the build going? No worries, man. I'll never bullshit an answer, I guess. Like I said, I got nothing against other tuners per se. Justin's my preferred tuner, and yeah, Shannon's never touched an eco as far as I'm aware. And ecos like their own thing. Not any tuner can just jump in and tune them and have good results. Like yeah, it might not die, but it might not make anywhere decent power because I don't know the timing it likes, where it likes it, the fueling, this and that. Oh yeah, sweet. Hopefully Robbie gets the part for you then and you can get it all going. Is your car here or is it over east? Oh, tell me about it, Lucas. So I ordered the part to fix EcoJet over a week ago, I think it was, and literally only about, what are we now? 5 minutes, about an hour ago, it rocked up, so I finally got the parts to fix EcoJet, hopefully. And I can finally ring up to get it booked in. And according to my notifications, apparently I had a video go live today. I don't know what happened there. I think YouTube glitched because I set it to tomorrow at 12 PM and it came out today. I set it to the 30th and yeah, 29th today, so, oh well. The video's not doing too well. It's got way lower views than normal, but see how it picks up in a week. Oh, sweet, that's good, Josh. Yeah, but Dino Tune would definitely help clear things up and clean up a lot. RK, are you talking to me or someone in the chat about the ECU? Yeah, that's what I don't understand, Tin Shed. Sometimes that things can be really quick. Other times you're just waiting way longer. Like the first time I ordered the coils, they arrived in 2 days. And then this time I ordered them and they arrived 7 days later from the exact same place. I don't know. Oh, serious? Regis, that sucks. Alright, Jay, cheers for jumping on the stream. Oh, did it boosted? I might, honestly, that might have been a video I edited at like 2 a.m. in the morning after I've been drinking for hours. So it might have been a little bit loose and sloppy on the volume sliders. But I'll keep a lookout on the next one I film, when I film it. I got to film one for next week and I've already got one in the bank for the week after. Either that or I actually edited that video with the sound right down so it didn't even sound too loud when I edited it, but obviously different story in the real world. So we're sitting in Welshpool, yeah, all my shit seems to go through there as well, and it always sits there for a couple of days if it goes there. If it goes elsewhere, it's all good. Have you gave them a ring or filed like a delayed report or whatever the fuck it is they have on there? Let's see what happens here. Let's see what everyone reckons. Oh, why is it only... Let's try that. Oh, didn't work. Or maybe it did. I don't think it did. Oh. That's not too bad, Tin Shed. Usually I film 3 to 4 videos, have them all edited and then uploaded and scheduled to be released, but since I'm going to be home for a bit, I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't really pumped out too many videos. I'm hoping now I can start to film more and more. The Misso's VP, which is up in the hoist, we got the LS1 in that the other day. I didn't, what do you call it? I didn't film it because I wasn't sure if you guys want to see that. But let me know if you want to see an LS1 conversion into a VP Congo. Yeah, it's... Well, apparently people are able to vote. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, we go. So I think I killed 2 more coils. Same on the same side that the wires came off. After I fixed that one and whatnot, I drove to my mate's place to help him with his car, and it drove fine there. Took him for a drive as well, got on boost, and it was all good. And then on the drive home, literally, like the street after his, it started to misfire, like the muffly, rumbly misfire, like when the ignition lead's kind of burnt, that kind of thing. And it would happen, and then it would clean up a bit, and then it would happen again, and then other times it would keep happening. I figured those other two coils were going to go because they were on the same bank of the grounds. So I'm thinking that's what it was. So I ordered all new 8 plugs, which I've got, and I've got 2 new coils, so that bank will be fresh, and then all new spark plugs. So that should eliminate that. And then if it's not, maybe somewhere my wiring's gone wrong. But I tested everything and everything seemed fine. But trial and error, I think that's what my next video will be. I'll quickly fix that. I won't do it like the last one where it was a bit drawn out. I'll just say I'm doing it, then I'll do it, and then same thing, go for a drive. The only thing is, I might only do it when it's warm, so maybe it won't misfire when it's cold. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's where I am at that. If that's all good, I'll get it booked in for the dyno. I'll hit them up again, workers, because it's later than that. Josh, it should go way more than 722. I think my gate pressure at 21 psi is going to be 650 plus with these. It boosted. It's the same bank of coils that wire came off, so it's only because the main ground came off the back of the head, so that had nowhere to ground. Which these coils are extremely sensitive to grounding if it's not done right. That ground, I had 2 bolts come off. One was for half the ECU ground, because there's 4 ground wires for the ECU. I split them 2 and 2 on sides of the head, so had some of that go off. So I was getting erratic RPM readings because it wasn't grounding correctly, and yeah, then obviously it killed the coil, which I assumed the other 2 were damaged or weren't as good as fresh, and I'm kind of glad it happened. If it was the coils that weren't, it happened now, rather than I was at the dyno and then that issue came up. Because after I fixed it, I drove around a fair bit and it was fine, and then it just randomly just came. So yeah, it's not that they keep breaking, it's from that same issue of the wire coming off. Yeah, I think Confed, you might be right. The coolant might come out then, but I might just do a couple coolantless runs, push it, and because I've got that Haltech rotary dial, then whatever it makes with that coolant can be the high setting, and after that I'll dial it back to where it was happy. $820 would be nice, okay, but really I guess I'll be stoked with that, but if I see an 8, I just want to see a lot more of an 820. Hopefully they get back to you with that complaint and actually have an answer. Ended that, enough people. Baked tyres way below 600 before. But in saying that, if you have the correct setup rear end and tyres, it won't bake. You can hold 800 horsepower on the street if you have the correct alignment, wheel specs and tyres. So it depends on that. How you going, Bad Spec? How's the Bloody Thomas project going? Yeah, I don't think the T56 will like that. The 6th gear is notoriously weak. They blow quite a fair bit. Same as fifth. Anything after 1 to 1. Yeah, everyone's coming out the woodworks now. There you go on Gaza 355. I don't think I've seen you pop up on the channel before. Over here, we'll make sure they sent. Yeah. The right shit. Well, the invoice is correct. Nice bubble wrap. IGN 1A. If you can see that. This one will be easier. And the other one. Which throws you off because it says IGN 1A on the actual coil, but then on the wiring, the sheet, it says IGBT. We got them. Yeah, there's a lot of knowledgeable people on the stream, which is good. It's half the reason I want to do it. Anyone who has questions, they can actually get the right answer. Oh, sweet. As the have you guys organise a time for hopefully when it can go back on the dyno, or is this something you have to wait for Basil to get back down? Didn't even know Gun 38T was for sale. Boosted, move your coils inside the car, up high under the dash. Pretty much any individual coil underwater is not going to have a fun time. These ones are all water sealed, watertight, this and that, but you never know. And they're bloody expensive too. $100 a coil. Oh, sweet guys, good to see you make it on here then. Oh yeah, sweet, that's alright then. Is there plenty of dynos or a shop around that is pretty happy for you guys to dry hire? Oh, is that old George at Profile again? 43k, that's not too bad. When did that get posted up for sale? And where? I bet there's local pages or something, or? Got a fucking fly in here. Oh, that's alright then. Makes it handy. Wish I had that around here. Every tuner's too busy. Jeez, that's a long day. Definitely sounds like a good bloke if he's doing that. You're talking about ICV, IACV, and fuel pump, from memory, doesn't go through the BCM. Ethel and EcoJet won't go head to head to EcoJet's auto because there's no point even comparing apples to oranges. Oh yeah, right, so it's on Marketplace. I might have to go over Geese, see if I can get Marketplace to show items in different areas. Now that Heathcote's been redone, it'd be cool to all head there for an event, maybe the next like Holden Nationals or something. If it's still manual, it won't be running 8s. Lucas, I was, but the next combo is going to make too much power for the T56 to hold. So there's no point. T56s cost too much. You sure, Josh? It must have been converted to auto. Hey, Front Yard Customs. Cheers to that. Yeah, far away, ask a question. I bet you I know what it's going to be though, but far away the question. Yeah, very spicy times. Arcade, I'll be going T400 or 4080, and if I go for 4080, I'll probably have to cut up the trans tunnel, which I'm fine with. But yeah, we'll see. I've boosted. That's one of the questions, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. There's one I get on the daily. Before the stream even started, I had someone harassing me with it on the stream in the comment section. No, it doesn't. Tin Shed, the plug fouls. You can't get the plug in or off. I've spoken to a few guys who've attempted it here in LS's, and it just smacks. It's too big. No, looks like Front Yard Customs doesn't want to ask his question. Yeah, pretty sure 6L80s are smaller than 4L80s physically, or at least the electrical connector. You do corn-fed, but also with the Ecos, because they're a lot smaller capacity, don't make as much torque. Getting them out of a hole is easier with that third gear. You can really get your 60s down quite a fair bit. But in saying that, obviously there's plenty of 2-speeds doing good, but I'd prefer a T400, I think. No, the fuel pump should still prime. The fuel pump shouldn't have anything to do with the BCM. You should still be able to make 500, Lucas, on pump 98. Yeah, as Spec said, no spark is either. I can also be cam sensor too. So CAS, um, cam angle sensor, which I guess that works the CAS 2, crank cam, DFI plate, or yeah, VATs. Yeah, you might as well just wait till the aftermarket ECU gets back. Yeah, 700 would be pretty sick, but with no E85 it might be a bit difficult. How you going, Nitro Al? So he did go T400. Baz, he's got it in a 4Runner, so it won't really have a light going to the dash. Coils off the same bank as the first one that went, they ended up going. I figured that was going to be the case after the first one blew up. But so I got two finally rocked up today, a week after I ordered them. So after this stream or tomorrow, I'll whack them in, and hopefully it's all good, and then can book it in on the dyno pretty soon, hopefully, if the tuner's got time. How's your car going, Nitro View? Any more progress? So when the first one went, I had a wire come off the back of the head, the bolt backed itself out. Don't know how, I never had that happen on the head. They're the proper bolts that are used on the heads too from factory. It was the main ground wire for them, so it killed one coil on the spot when that happened. And then I figured, because I've got the two banks for either sides wired independently, going to each respective head that they fire on. So I figured that the other two were going to go, and after I fixed that first one, went for a drive, it was fine, and only on my way back it just started to, the muffly rumbly misfire, like when a lead's cooked, it'll come and go. So I just got all new plugs, ordered the two new coils, so then that bank's all fresh, all new plugs, and then I'll see if it happens again, and if it does, I'll chase it from wiring back, I guess. Josh, if you don't make over 450 at 18 psi, then something's horribly wrong. You should be able to go 12s, but that's all in the 60 foot. So if you get a junk 60 foot, you're going to get a junk time. What is your factory ECU? What model did it come out of? What tune are you modifying? What's the base tune file you're using? What's the XDF you're using? How are you writing it to the ECU? Let us know that, and then we can go from there. Yeah, 13.8 at 295 is not too bad. Yeah, it should go 12s at 400, but like I said, it's all in the 60 foot. Realistically, I could go 850 pushing coolant. The turbo's got it in it. The heads and cam 100% had that in it. It just depends how far I want to push it with the coolant. But with nothing going wrong in 750 to 800, I reckon's where it can sit. The combustion chamber pressure is going to be pretty low with how well it's going to flow. The electrical gremlins are the worst, but luckily I'm a Sparky, so it doesn't scare me or anything. It's just another task I've got to do, which sucks. Josh, you should be making it a 415 PSI, so you should easily get that. Yeah, it's from that video essentially, but even on the front, when corn fed by my turbo manifolds, I don't know if he does it automatically, but I asked him regardless to make a brace. Pretty sure he does it automatically, but made a brace that goes off like where the collector is, that up pipe to the front of the head, and that there was bolted on too with one of those bolts. That went flying off last time I drove this. It backed itself off and just disappeared. I actually heard it go flying under the car and I saw something shoot up from the rear mirror. And then when I got to my mate's, I was showing him inside the engine bay, I noticed that was missing. So I usually don't put spring washers on them. I've never had them back out, but this time I'm just going to put washers and spring washers, and I'm just going to tighten them pretty good, and hopefully it won't happen again. Josh, it's not about traction. It's about how you, so how much you slip the clutch and tyre grip and everything like that. Obviously your grippier track helps, but that's not the only factor in whether you get a good time or not. We'll see corn fed, but the engine builder himself rates it higher than the 3584 and higher than the G35 1050. So we'll see. Yeah, I thought about putting a bit of Loctite on. I was going to put blue on. I don't think I've got any green. I have no idea what strength that is, or if it's just vibration. Yeah, wasn't your 460, was it second and fourth, or was it just third and fourth that you had? Or was it first and third? I can't remember. You might need to piggyback the ECU, put the factory one in just to control trams. Boosted, his car was tuned by someone and then he's been adjusting it since then. Oh, green's bearing retainer. Yeah, right. Well, first and third, that's not too bad. Technically that is exactly like a power guide, because third gear is 1-to-1 in the 460s. They'll leave the line really good and then it's a bit sluggish. That's it, and we need the third pedana. Coloured heat wrap never stays the same colour. Mine's going all white. Just get the titanium one. Turbo blanket Golby, sell them. It's probably one of the easiest places to get it. He sells heat wrap too. That's it, Josh. That's what I was saying. Make sure when you take an Ecotec to get tuned, make sure you get it tuned with someone who knows Ecotecs. I had that question earlier, why I only take it with Justin. Well, he knows Ecotecs and he's my tuner. Everyone else has no fucking idea. exactly right, boosted. You can never, I guess, trust it 100%. I know that there's two people. Corn fed, when you're using the factory DFI, you need to feed it 5 volts in the bypass. So you've got limp mode, essentially. Limp mode, or before you bypass it, it locks timing at 10 degrees. So the bypasses the locked 10 degrees timing, and the ECU can control it. So when you say you're running a Haltech 750 on a factory motor, wiring, car, whatever, but using the factory coils, you've got to send it 5 volts on, I forgot what pin number it is on the DFI, but send it 5 volts to the bypass, and then the ECU can control timing. Because boosters, they don't know what they're like, they don't know what timing they're like, they don't know the fueling they're like. They think they can just do it like any other car, which I guess if you really know what you're doing, you could, but they either put way too much timing or not enough. Yeah, that's it. If it doesn't see 5 volt at the pin, it locks the timing at 10 degrees. No, you shouldn't need to once they get ceramic coated. I'm going to get mine done when this motor comes out. Yeah, Robbie tuned Jet V6 though, because old mate still runs a Wolf. Yeah, he still runs a Wolf V550, I think. Or was it Vipec? I don't know. Some ancient technology. Still does a job though. The hell lucky someone there does. There's no one near me. I've got like a 50-minute drive somewhere to get them ceramic coated, and it's probably still going to cost a fortune. Yeah, that's pretty much almost as limited as a stock ECU, I think. I'm guessing it has no boost control, bugger all safeties, not many sensor inputs. Fuck, this jumper's making me sneeze like crazy. Yeah, I definitely want to get mine ceramic coated. I've had enough of the wrap. It looks good for photos, but now it's just turning white and shit. Yeah, but Boosted, I think his model that he runs. Yeah, link logging is by far one of the best I've ever seen. And yeah, corn fed, a good safety habit is like a fuel pressure one. So if your fuel pressure is below a certain amount at X RPM or boost level, it'll have a set limiter, which is really handy. It's just something that's there in the background. Like I wouldn't go getting an ECU just so I could have that, but if it's already got capabilities, it's great just to set it up. T3, freshest. Whatever size your rear housing is, basically. It's T3, get a T3. T4, get a T4. Who even runs a limiter? Just spin it to the moon. Look at Cool Wraps, then freshest. Yeah, so you're always using your safety then, aren't you, Cornfed? Uh, Depends on your turbo and setup. There's no point revving it if it's not making power. I wouldn't have it any higher than 5.8 anyway. Just do the head gasket delete. Yeah, but Cornfed depends on the turbo. He's got a tiny rear housing, so the power is just going to drop off early, so there's no point spinning it if it's not going to be making power. Front Yard Customs, hit me up on Messenger or whatever, and I might remote in and I'll flash it in for you, and I can make sure it's all done correctly, because those shouldn't have any issues. Josh, that was 67. I said makes no difference to how far you can rev it or what the turbo will do. Yeah, but his has got a 0.63 rear or 0.82, whatever it is, and they're done making power by about 5.2. The 0.63 is done by about 4.8. So there's no point spinning that way further. Okay, well, front yard, hit me up. I'll edit a tune and send it to you and try that. Yeah, it would feel good in the car, but if you looked at it on a dyno, you'd just see the power drop off hugely. It was like before I was cammed and whatnot, you could see it just go up on like 4.5, like there, and then fucking 5.2 just dive straight down. So this one I got mixed up on before when I did one the first time, so I'm trying to remember which one's which. After this stream, I'll have a look at my sheet that I highlighted before. But anyway, one you send 12 volts to, that feeds the switch, reverse switch with 12 volts, and the other one is the 12 volts coming back from the switch, which gets sent to the reverse lights. The first time I wired it, I got it the wrong way around. I'm trying to remember. I think you guys give me 2 secs. I'm going to go see if I have the sheet just sitting here. All right. So the first time I did it, I wired 12 volts to this one, which was wrong. So the one that says reverse switch, feed that 12 volts. Pretty sure. And then I can't remember. Yeah, so the light green, feed that 12 volts. Cheers for jumping on, Lucas. I'll see you on the next one. Well, what size is your turbo booster? Then if it's building boost at 3000, that's different to the motor using boost and feeling it though. But like, what size turbo is it, and what amount of boost do you have by 3000? Also, auto makes a world of difference too, putting that extra load on the motor. Yeah, it is true. Gas limiter is higher, less chance of hitting fuel cut. I know mine was at 6.2, I think. It was Calmaker tune and stock. All good, Nitro Hour. I know that feeling all too well. I'm just trying to remember where the other wire ran to the body somewhere from memory. Yeah, that's it. But it's that slipping that helps it build boost quicker. That's why auto cars get away with bigger turbos compared to manuals. I might have found a filter that fits there too. So I might get that so the turbo's not as noisy. I'll still put the turbo guard on for it to track and whatnot, but for the street, little pod filter there will go nicely. Yeah, that's it. No worries, Josh. Cheers for jumping on the stream. Yeah, I don't think too many people on PCM hacking are too interested these days. They don't really do too much for the scene, I guess. Kevin had a big rehousing though, didn't he? Didn't even remember Ryan on PCM hacking. Yeah, Nitro, I reckon you spent the most out of all of us in your build. Confed, is that the one that came with the turbo manifolds and everything? Because I know the previous owner of that, and that was a 1.06 rear. Oh, he made that call, controller. Kevin was good. They should have kept that car instead of selling it to, what was it, Skid Factory or wherever it is. They should have kept doing the Turbo Eco Life. Ah, right. Was that a 35 frame size though? Fair enough. But again, I guess he had pushed timing hard up the top as well. Would have helped with the torque curve. Keep it flat, keep the HP going up. Good. I was honestly hoping they're going to break it on the dyno. Just keep pushing it. They bitched out. Tin Shed, it might be time for you to step away from a Delco soon. Get some aftermarket goodness in your life. I think I'm going to end the stream in 50 minutes or so at the 2 hour mark because I'll probably get on to fixing this. No worries, Front Yard Customs. Yeah, I was bloody good with June too. Shame Matooks won't be at the track anytime soon to take it back. I'm going to give two fucks about what company it is, but just to shut Hawkins up, it'd be good just for Matooks to own it again. Yeah, no, actually that turbo's very outdated now. I'd be looking at a G35 1050 or yeah, probably that's probably the best one, that frame size at the moment. Are you heading off, Tin Shed? Yeah, Josh, swap them over, see how you go. .25 inch inlet. That's a very weird size for an inlet. Oh, you already got that fitted? Oh, I see. Oh, right. I should have read that properly. First bought for your car. You should, because it'd be some money back towards your build, but I understand not being able to bring yourself to get rid of it when it's just such a nice bit of equipment. $66.6, 84. So that's slightly smaller than a 3584 RS. Because I believe, oh no, that might be the same. I can't remember if they're 66.6 or 68. I think they're 68 84s on the comp. 4-inch outlet though, that's handy. You don't get that too often on that size turbo. Yeah, June 2 is an animal, but what's that one guy Matooks that was going to toe with him? It also made some steam. I just want to see Hawkins shut up. Can't stand him half the time. Yeah, I'm saying that I still watch every single one of his videos, but yeah. No, he never will. For 15 tops, you run of the stock Bog 3582. Yeah, if it's for 4-driving rock crawling, then just get the G30. Go a Pulsar G30. Never seen Overkill. Are they a YouTube channel? Oh, that twin turbo blown barra. Ugh. That's disgusting. Oh, this might explain why my calls arrived a bit late. So look at the date. I ordered them last Sunday, so literally a week ago. Ordered them on the 22nd, and the packing slip is on the 26th. Another reason I'm not a fan of Haltech. Shit software, shit ECUs, shit customer service, shit postage. They look well as well. A real good eBay special. Um, 1250cc won't be too big. You can tune around that. And dead time, see how it goes. I'll see if I can find some, but it might even just start and run on the dead times that are in there. Plus the tuner will probably adjust it, or he should adjust it anyway to how he sees. If he's any decent at a tuner, he should be able to figure out the dead times. Yeah, the confed is rock crawling and going up fucking things slowly. He's not going for top end. Otherwise, I would straight up say nothing smaller than a G35 or GD35, either one. Well, the one he's got now will be fine too, but for what he's trying to do, some low down punch won't hurt. Quite the opposite, he actually needs that. It needs a torque to be able to get up stuff and turn the muddies. Arcade, I found dead times for Josh Life for his deckers the other day. I'll send them to you, plot them in and see how it goes with that. The whole fuel map will need to be adjusted though when you change dead times. So everything we did that night will basically have to be redone. Depends, corn fed in my old, um, what do you call it, Discovery. That turbo spooled up quite late and that was a prick. It needed a lot more early spool. Oh yeah, but low range is cheating. The amount of load that puts on your motor and your turbo is going to spool. Yeah, that's what dead times will do. They're changing the amount of flow technically as well when they open. Do you run air lockers or e-lockers? And yours are just normal, what would they be, torsion? I don't know what the proper name is for them. Fucking people next door at the moment. Well, maybe I might end the stream a bit earlier and then starting to die down. Oh, we got old Detroit. Those are nasty things. Basically fucking mini spooled, really. Now I'm saving the first shed skids for this. She's able to suck to drive it on the street though. With the front weldy. Weather was better last week. It was raining every single day, all day. It was perfect. Now it's sunny and hot. Fucking hate it. How you going, Joe? Any luck with your car yet, or are you still chasing gremlins? Nah, Josh, I'm not a watcher. I can't sit there and watch car events. I've got to be driving. It doesn't interest me at all, just sitting there and watching. Oh god, that bad. Two more coils on the same bank from that wire coming loose. It was only a matter of time. So the two coils actually rocked up this afternoon by Oz Post. Pretty lucky Oz Post comes here and every day of the weekend. So after this stream I'm going to change them out, or I'll change them tomorrow. We'll see which one. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea, Josh. I kind of go full send mode. Yeah, it won't be running by the end of the weekend. Yeah, I got a few boosted. Yeah, it's from that first initial thing that happened though. One day freshest we should be able to. Not sure when that'll be. Both got busy lives and whatnot, but we'll make it happen. Well, boosted I don't use Haltech. I only run their coils just because they're the cheapest. Every other retail seller sells them for more, but I use Link for everything else. And I don't think Haltech want to be associated with anything to do with an Ecotech or a tiny little YouTube channel. Yeah, it's just the coils, just because, like I was just saying, they're the cheapest. Other brands, well, they're all the same. They're not even Haltech coils. They're all, I forgot, they're all marine. They're called marine coils. They're all the same as that. Haltech just slaps a sticker on it and puts their own packaging, calls it their own, but they just sell them the cheapest. So I just order it through there because I'm a cheap motherfucker like that. I ain't saying that. I've tuned so many cars on Haltech that I could promote this shit, but I'd rather Link any day of the week. Maybe. Auto Sparkies aren't very cheap though. Yeah, Haltech's doing amazing. A lot of their parts are, man. All the sensors that they claim are there and they aren't. They're like TI sensors, Bosch sensors, LS, like GM sensors that they just slap their sticker on, put it in their packaging and call it their own. The only thing of Haltech that's their own is their ECU. And now half the stuff that they're using, obviously they bought out Adaptronic, but half the stuff now that's coming out is usually, I think his name's Andy Whittle, from memory, might be wrong, Andy something, but he's a guy, owner and creator of Adaptronic. Half of the stuff is actually his creations, or engineering software side of it, per se. So yeah, Haltech's good and whatnot, but just their user interface is shit, especially. Oh, if you're talking about the Mac valve, then not an eBay one, or at least it shouldn't be. I think the Mac valve is the name, not the brand, but they're all generic ones. Link do the same, they don't slap their own sticker on it, but they just put it in packaging. Haltech actually put their own sticker on it. Yeah, It worked because you get all the idiot people who don't understand or know things. You get all the fanboys like, oh, these Haltech products. No, it's just like someone said earlier, Chinese factory, sent to them, sticker on, packaging done. And every dumb fuck thinks it's their own. Yeah, the Mac Valve brand is your normal one. I don't know if it's got an actual name brand or whatever, but yeah, the one that I use is all labeled as Mac Valve too. It just came in a, actually, no, the one I got just came in a Mac Valve box too, actually. So yeah, I run the same. Definitely, genuine Mac. But if you're smart anyway, you have a boost cut set on just in case it sends it to the moon. Otherwise, you end up like PFI speed and split a block. And also, I think Cletus had that issue too with his shitty Texas speed motor. Oh, they're definitely all out of the same factory. The block splitter saver for those times you don't want 80 psi. Yep, I agree with that. Don't skimp out on a wastegate. Plenty of people have good luck with the cheaper ones, but that's something that I just wanted to spend good money on straight away. Well, I spent good money on, I zip paid it. Yeah, well, Josh, you'd think they would when their products fuck up or they don't have good help. The Link forum and even the Link help group on Facebook is one of the most helpful ever. A guy there called Adam W. He replies almost instantly, and you just any info you want. Obviously, you can ring them too, but sometimes it's easier when it's in writing, and you can actually physically upload your tune and logs and this and that. Yeah, he goes to. Yeah, I think what is it? Fuel Tech and the Nexus R5 are the only two ECUs at the moment that have inbuilt controllers. There's no point. Well, yeah, but that's it. But what do you call it? The wastegate's to lower boost, really, not make boost. So that kind of makes sense. Both sizes more than big enough. A lot of people run 36 and 38s as well and have fine boost control. Yeah, there's no such thing as a good head gasket if you're just staying normal MLS or, um, oh, what's the name of the other ones? Like Felpro, whatever those ones are called. Yeah, boost control would be better if you're trying to lower it down or ramp stuff in harder. Yeah, okay, 38 mil is more than fine. Nah, that was 46mm, Josh. A precision 46mm. Yeah, that's because the stockhead gaskets are forgiving. Yeah, Josh, yours is probably a 38 or even a 36 at the moment, I'd say. Yeah, it just sucks replacing fuses though. They're apparently, those oil pumps are apparently better, but it's the same. It's like slightly stronger material, but I've never heard of anyone breaking a standard oil pump. Yeah, well, Josh, if you got time, you can bother taking off your turbo manifold and whack them in one by one. Just make sure you put sealant on the studs because they go straight into coolant jackets. I think they're back in stock now. Boosted last time I checked. Like for ages I had none, and then last time I checked they did. But I was just too cheap to buy some. Yeah, Sitcom fed. If I buy a gasket, I don't think I'm going to bother fixing it. I'm just going to leave it. Just won't drive the car. I can't be bothered taking that turbo kit off. Too heavy. Too much stuff around. I just finished working on it. Because you can't get to the lower bolts with the turbo manifolds there. They get in the way. That's like where the bolts are at the moment when you put the studs in. Yeah, did the head gasket delete? Just weld around the head. Yeah, 10 hours. So that's why it just doesn't interest me one bit. I just can't be bothered with that. Yeah, it's it boosted. We're in high demand for a while. Every man and his dog thought they could build a turbo Ecotech, and everyone said you need AFP heads doesn't. It's cheap, being like what $155. So everyone bought them, and then everyone bails on the build, and they never get around to selling them. So there's none anywhere. Yeah, Josh, that's it. That's why you never just dive into something thinking it's going to be good, because then your 20-minute job suddenly is 10 hours, 12 hours, especially when you're so close to a dyno day. So if you're going to do it, like, yeah, you could just do the top four on either side, but worth that effort? Definitely takes one bolt to fuck up your day. And then when there's two or three bolts, and that just fucks your week. Dyno puts a lot more strain and stress on a motor than a couple soft pulls on the street. Yeah, Fed, just get the TIG out and just weld the head. can't push a gasket if there's nowhere for it to go. Yep, if you want to find out what's going to break, get it on a dyno. You'll find out very quickly. An hour to take your dump off. Jesus. High comp as well. Ugh. I just send it there. If it blows a gasket, it blows a gasket. The drivability part of a tune should be done way nicer anyway, and then that's the main part. You can at least drive it around and you can replace the head gasket, get some Felpros, put your studs in at the same time. That's if it happens. It might not. You might be fine, but yeah, a dyno puts a lot more strain and stress. And then, especially after seeing your logs, like the dyno will be a lot more pressure on than a couple 30% throttle pulls, quick little stabs in the throttle and this and that. Wastegate bolts, man, you gotta get some V-band wastegates. Screw bolted on wastegates. No, you gotta send it to peak torque and then send it even harder after peak torque. How come you gave it a thrashing when it wasn't tuned freshest? And have you ordered that cam package yet? Yeah, Joel, but if it's just a stocker, sometimes it's actually quicker to rip the motor out and put a new junkyard motor in and slap your turbo kit on. So it's horses for courses, I guess. Yeah, corn fed though. I've also, only ones that I've seen, they don't look too pretty either. They've got all these like heat sink rib vents everywhere that makes it like it's fresh out of the 80s. Yeah, who even pulls out plugs without electrodes though? Yeah, Joe, I'd say if it's stock, yeah. Obviously, if you've got other stuff done, and yeah, sometimes the head gasket might be easier, but still not a fun time. No, definitely not you. You love your electrodes. Yeah, Booster, there's a lot of 2-bolt wastegates around. A lot of Jap guys run them as well on their like cheap China manifolds with their shitty wastegate placement and flow anyway, and then they've got these cheap shitty fucking 2-bolt wastegates. Yeah, intact is a lot better. Yeah, well, there's a reason why myself and a few other people tell people, no, you can't thrash a car untuned, feeding boost into it. 1, timing's too high. 2, fueling's incorrect. And 3, it's not tuned. Fair enough, Josh. Go get some, if you're going to put ARP head studs in, just go get new head gaskets. Just take it all off, take the heads off, put your head gaskets in, you got freshies in, torque them to 110 Newton meters or 80 foot-pounds, depending on what your torque wrench is, and then you should be good for the dyno. They ban the world. Cars that run, well, technically I could turn the key and it will run, I don't want to. So we're kind of on the same page. 90 foot-pound. Spec sheet says 80. 90 sounds like a party though. That's why I wanted to go over mine and just re-tie, not loosen the tie, just re-tying, because I'm pretty sure I did mine to... I might have done it more. I might have been cheeky off camera and went to 120 newton meters. Well, how would it not happen so crazy? Freshest, it's not tuned. It's not just going to not run, it's going to go bang. Make it 5.5 Ugga Duggas. $30, $60, $90, call it a day. What does 90 work out to be? 123 newton meters or something, or 118 or something like that? That's right, Joel. Just sit there with a can of Start Your Bastard and degreaser and go for a drive. Wait, so you had the ECU of your old tune from when it was turbo. That definitely shouldn't have blown up. And God, you're getting another tune. And you said it's going to George. I didn't realise he did Calmaker. I don't remember what stock timing is, but it might be something like that. Oh, all the CO2. No, I'm pretty sure George doesn't. Maybe he's whacking in a Haltech in. Oh, there you go. Geez, that's one expensive build. Josh is on the 85. Yeah, it's more expensive getting someone to wire it in. Yeah, that 8 degrees tune though, that was your pump fuel tune, not the 85 though. Yeah, George knows the eco a little bit. Yeah, Josh, he's probably going LS coils, or at least individual coils, and probably be a standalone wiring harness. The aftermarket wiring is easy. I'm almost thinking about redoing that in Tefcel and Autosport connectors. Give me something to do. Especially considering I wired it and then gutted the AC. This time I do it different now that the AC is gutted. Wiring would be done very differently. Fresh sap would probably cost just as much, if not a lot more. Probably would cost a lot more just getting it towed. I think the 85 is going to disappear very soon from the Bowser, personally, and we'll just be buying it by the drum. Josh, you still could go OS coils. Yeah, I could definitely make some coin doing wounds, but half the problem with that though is people won't know how to connect it up in their car. So when you have to do that, and then they've got so many issues with their car because it's hacked together, or it's missing things, or just things aren't working right, and then you're the bad guy because you made a wiring room that doesn't work. Their car was perfectly running fine, and then they did this, and it's your fault. There's a lot of things people don't think about when it comes to that, and then it's also your name and reputation on the line. Because while your shit might be fine, but everything around their car doesn't work or needs fixing, but it's your last person to touch it. It was working before, now it's got your wiring harness and it doesn't work. So they just jump straight onto, yeah, it's your fault. That's cheap. E85's been $2.20 for about 4 years in Perth. Yeah, confident it's not cheap, but I honestly see it not being around at the pump too soon. Well, it depends how far you go, Freshest. If you hack into all the factory relays, or if you put a new relay and fuse box in. Depends if you redo the whole harness with new stuff, or if you steal parts of the wiring and tap into it. If you do breakaway looms, like injectors have a plug it can unplug so they can stay in the car, etc., etc. There's a lot of different variations. Geez, $1.60. I don't think Perth's seen that since like 2012, maybe. Over here it's normalised in WA. We've got guys making, what is it now, 2,900 horsepower on pump E85, and the majority of other cars making 1,800 plus, 2,000 plus on pump E85. So, and there's quite a fair few stations here that have it. I'm pretty lucky, but you're just paying for it. I thought E85 gets imported. That's it, plus anything over like E55, I think it is, you have all the detonation protection you need there. That's just made in Oz. That's right. Finally something sold in Australia, made in Australia. Right, about 10 minutes and then I'm going to call it an evening. But that video was yonks ago though. Yeah, I agree with that, Booster. Don't reuse anything, but you got to remember people are cheap. Majority of people that are dreamers are cheap, so they all want to cut costs wherever. But this loom here I did this every single plug, connector, wire, relay, fuse, everything was all fresh. It didn't actually cost me too much this time because after I did it the first time I knew how to go about it and what to avoid. Yeah, that's it. I think this thing's 18 years old now. It's pretty fucking ancient. So the old man and myself are going to do the bonnet soon. I don't think I've showed this on the thing yet, but not long ago we painted the scoop. We went to take back the bonnet, but it was way too far gone. But we could have chased it and spent a couple of hours. It wasn't worth it. So in a week or two, we're going to rub this down, and then we're going to paint the bonnet too. And then I've got a bumper to do soon. We might look at that at the same time, but resprays on the back burner. It's not really my focus at the moment. But that's where the paint's at anyway. See you later, Josh. Cheers for jumping on the stream. Yeah, sometimes the pins are difficult to come by. There's I can't remember the name of the store. Wait, give me a sec. I got them in here. Pat Premier, they're good. So this one here is either the crank or cam sensor, and that one there is the other one. So these are fresh crank and cam sensor connectors. It comes with pigtail wiring. You can just join onto it. I would have liked to have just pins and put my own wiring, but that's how it was. But these guys have a lot of connectors. Also EFI Solutions, I think it is, or EFI Hardware. They have a lot of connectors as well. Which I think is where I bought the rest for, like, what was it really? Just injectors. That's really it. So the factory kind of stuff. It was really just crank cam, injectors, of aftermarket water, oil, fuel. Yeah. The vice grip strut holder. I actually used that the other day. I don't remember when, but these struts aren't too bad. I know they have them all there, that's alright. I have found the DFI one new somewhere actually, but I never bothered looking at it because I don't run one. I just glazed over it. I see a lot of offcuts as well, but I saw a new one somewhere. That's what sucks about VD to VX. Your body connectors, you've got three of them up by the firewall inside the engine bay, cluttering shit. The good thing about the VY, you just got that one white plug. Like Nitro Al was saying above where they're. Oh, I think we had a glitch. Back on now. Everything just goes to there. They always reuse that body connector as well. Yeah, I'm going to finish her up in 5 or so minutes. Yeah, you could always hit them up and ask where they get them from. If they're not shit cunts, surely they'll tell you. But well, generally the connectors wouldn't be for V6 Commodores. They'd have the name of the type of connector, and that's what they'd search and find. Yeah, true, that probably would sell you then. That'd be an idea actually. I might hit them up and get the crank and cam one where I can put my own wires to the pins. Yeah, see, they'll be a generic connector. They have their own name. There's nothing to do with the Commodore. Jesus, 380 on connectors. I don't even think I paid $380 for all connectors and wires on this. And that's including crimps and everything. Someone's getting fucked over by cops. Don't know if you guys can hear that yet. Yeah, standard. Alright, starting to deplete in numbers. I'm gonna call it quits here, I think. Let everyone get on with this Sunday night. Oh, you're talking about all that? Oh, that's alright then. Alright, yep, I'm gonna end it. I might fix this or go chill out in the theatre, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, usually I'd have a video coming out tomorrow, but apparently decided to come out today, so if you get time, check that out. It'll help with the views and everything going on. And I should definitely be here at least next weekend, so we'll do another live stream on Sunday if you guys are keen. And hopefully I'll get a couple of videos filmed this week for you guys to have a look at. But keep us up to date, whether it's in the stream or Facebook and forums and whatnot with your builds. It's always good checking them out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Sunday once I figure out how to stop this.